Little League's Intermediate World Series in Livermore, California. The final game of day 2, and teams starting to separate the pack into the contenders. Tonight we have 2 contenders. One of them had to win yesterday to get here, and that was Pearl City, Hawaii. Riley Omine in a 1-1 game. This triple against Louisiana's Tyson Moran helped Hawaii go in front. And then in the 7th inning, he helped them add to it with a single to left, taking an extra base on the air as Hawaii pulled away to win 8-4. They out-defensed Ascension Parish, Louisiana, if you will, to get the win. And they advanced to take on Taylor North, Michigan, which has yet to play. The winner of this one goes to the winner's bracket final to take on Keystone Little League from Tampa, Florida. Pearl City, Hawaii, its first trip to the Intermediate World Series, but they have been to the Junior League World Series 7 times, the Senior League 5 times, and the 12-year-old Williamsport World Series back in 1988. And they know how to get here. They are unbeaten on the year at 13-0. And they run out the same batting order, the same 13-player batting order, continuous batting order, part of Little League this year, with Boston Schwager leading it off against the Michigan starter Richard LaRue. And that's called a strike at the letters. It draws an ooh from the Hawaiian faithful. You see the lineup, really 1 through 4 was very dangerous against Louisiana yesterday, and the other spots in the order were manufacturing runs, and that's a big part of how Pearl City, Hawaii plays. So again, Omine had 2 hits. Propios and Todoroki down there in the 8 and 9 spots also had base hits yesterday. 13 players on the squad, 13 players in the lineup for Pearl City, Hawaii. Richard LaRue with the breaking ball, punches out Schwager to start the ball game off right for Taylor North, Michigan. Richard LaRue, fastball slider. And against the 2-time defending regional champs in the Central Regional Tournament against HYR of Indiana, went the distance, 82% strikes. He will be around the zone. As I say that, he throws a breaking ball that skips in there and falls behind Titan Takahashi. Takahashi expected to pitch, although he was expected to pitch yesterday and didn't. Also plays second base. Now ahead in the count, 2-0. Tremendous night, as usual in Livermore this time of year. And we'll see what game 4 brings us. Earlier game in the U.S. bracket. Keystone once again coming from behind in its last at bat, scoring 3 in the bottom of the 7th to stun Toms River East, New Jersey, 3-2. Florida's had 1 hit through the first 6 innings of each of its games, and it's 2-0. Awaits the winner of this game Wednesday night. Late swing at the breaking ball down to first base. Kristen Spencer steps on the bag, and very quickly 2 down for Richard LaRue and Taylor North. There's Spencer. We'll see him on the mound at some point in this tournament, I'm sure. LaRue in 15 in the 3rd innings has given up just 2 runs this summer. And you saw Cruz Rodriguez was going to throw the ball back to the mound and accidentally caught Kelton Onamura. And apologies all around and no hard feelings. There's the good riding fastball from LaRue, and it's 1-1. Pearl City started slow against Ascension Parish, Louisiana yesterday, and there was a good reason for it. Tyson Moran, the outstanding Cajun pitcher. but they really worked counts, as you're seeing, forced him to throw a lot of pitches, made life difficult on the base paths, and then once they got him out of the game, were able to create some separation and take the win. So that 82% strike percentage is an important one, as every team deals with pitch count worries, especially early in this tournament. LaRue's 2-2. Checked his swing on a breaking ball. He'll run to first. They'll throw him out. Everybody's going to accept that as a strikeout, and Richard LaRue has a 1-2-3 first for Taylor North. With a hop, skip, and a jump, we head to the bottom of the first. All right, so I was wondering why we never had an appeal on that swing. As I said, everyone just seemed to accept that that was strike 3. Hawaii finally didn't. They appealed. They said the batter did not swing. It's a 3-2 pitch, and it's ball 4. So, nothing is ever simple. And it's the first base runner of the game. I'm not sure how they let everybody get off the field without checking on that appeal, but that's what happened. Riley Omine, the batter, with 1 on and 2 out here in the first. How will Richard LaRue and Taylor North handle this? Can they settle down and take care of the next batter? Or will Pearl City take advantage? Cruz Rodriguez couldn't handle the pitch. He says, my bad. And it's Onomura to second. For some reason, teams catching against Hawaii seem to have trouble holding on to the baseball. LaRue delivers while looking at second and misses low to Omine. I wouldn't mind giving him the old pitch around right here. He's the cleanup hitter. He was locked in for 2 hits yesterday. You don't usually want to put extra runners on base needlessly. You see nobody on first, so there's not a lot of harm done if you let him on, as long as you can take care of the number 5 hitter, Kamana Obulasan, who is on deck. And that's what we call a semi-intentional walk, where I don't think any of those pitches was a called strike. You're not going to give him anything to hit. If he chases, well, then you'll consider. So 2 on, 2 out in the first, and already an important moment in this one. And already a visit from Taylor North. Rob Dotson, the 30-year-old manager, has been coaching Little League since his senior year of high school, when he coached his nephew's team. Travis Spencer and Ryan Doty are the other coaches. So that, you imagine, was a settle down visit. Kamana Obulasan bats with 2 on, and that's the strike called on the inner half. And right around the knees. LaRue's been looking for that low strike call and got it there. That one skips away, and both runners will move up. And of course the danger of adding a runner. Now there's 2 in scoring position. LaRue will continue to go from the stretch. That's hit, should be foul at the plate. It is. It hit Kamana Obulasan while he was in the batter's box. And so the count 1 and 2. Home plate umpire Brian Diamond right on top of that. Justin Kamana-O-Bulasan, 12-year-old on this team by 1 day. His birthday is September 1st, and Little League cutoff is August 31st. So he is technically playing up a year. Didn't chase, and Rodriguez with a leap to pull that one in. He said pitch count's going to be important, and LaRue went from a 15-pitch inning if he had gotten that strikeout to throwing pitch number 25 from the line. Hit hard, but foul down by the Taylor North dugout. We haven't even given you the rules, the bracket, any of the basics, because this one has jumped into action after the 2-2 pitch on a check swing was eventually, after everybody left the field, ruled no swing, turned into a walk. That runner is at third. Foul at the plate once again. I think you may want to have a staff day when you pitch against Hawaii, because they will wear out your starter by the third or fourth inning. He waved at it, and Rodriguez with an important backhand. He throws down to first, and now the inning is over. So Hawaii doesn't score, but they add 10 more pitches for Richard LaRue in the first. Taylor North, we promise, is coming to bat next. Bottom of the first inning at the Intermediate 50-70 World Series in Livermore, California. Pearl City, Hawaii, and Taylor North, Michigan. 3 leagues combined into one just after the pandemic. What they do, they won the Little League World Series in 2021. And we're going to see a lot more of them at World Series events. They host the Junior League World Series in Taylor, Michigan every year. A great event that's on my go-to list for a summer. So a tremendous baseball community, many of them here at the World Series. And Brody Hollabaugh set to lead it off for Michigan against Titan Takahashi, the Pearl City, Hawaii starter. Here's the Michigan lineup. You'll notice 5 of the first 6 hitters are lefties. And this is a team that has just been crushing teams left and right. They average 12 runs a game as Hollabaugh puts this one out into left center. He will head for second and dive in. Oh, he's called safe. Pearl City frustrated. Hollabaugh is always going to push the envelope. He is the life of this Michigan team. You knew he would look for the extra base, and it almost backfired. He went from walking as the first batter of the game against North Dakota all the way to third base when the pitch got away from the catcher, and he is in there. Accurate call, and a perfect start for Taylor North. Griffin Krakow, the hitter. As I was saying with the left-handed batters, 5 of the first 6 bat left-handed. The one game they were really held in check, it's been done twice. Once by Iowa, both by Iowa. Once from Sioux City West Side, took them to extra innings. And once from Johnston, Iowa with a left-hander. Now Rob Dotson said it had nothing to do with him being left-handed. He just did a good job. But if you had a left-handed pitcher, this would be the team to throw it against. Hawaii doesn't have a lot of pitching choices because their top 2 arms, Schwager, the center fielder, and Omine, the third baseman, both pitched on Thursday in the West Regional Final. Well, one in the semifinal, one in the final. And so Takahashi, who is one of their top 3, is the man to go today. Schwager and Omine are available tomorrow. It's a really unfortunate part of the scheduling that I feel like they have to look at some point, because Central Maui had to deal with the same thing last year. But Takahashi, plenty capable. He beat Central Maui in the Hawaii State Final. And he gets it to a 2-2 count here. So Hawaii 1-0, trying to advance to play Keystone Little League from Tampa, Florida on Wednesday night. first game of the tournament for Taylor North, but boy, they can set themselves up for success if they can win this one. Krakow chases that one, and Takahashi has K number 1.
Number 16, Lucas.
Working both sides of the plate and got Krakow to chase this one up and out. Mostly out for the first out. Hawaii was very careful in keeping runners close against Ascension Parish, Louisiana yesterday.
Hey, Dan, don't do that, what you just did. Don't look back. Just go focus on your...
You hear his dad, the manager, saying, Titan, don't do that, what you just did. Don't look back. Now a ball and a strike to Lucas Doty, the Taylor North shortstop. You also see him in relief from time to time. Takahashi spins again. Different catcher. It's Kamana Obulasan behind the plate for Pearl City tonight. That ball gets away off the top of his glove, and Hollabaugh quickly to third. Wondering how aggressive Michigan would be on the base paths, and they pick up an extra bag there. Kelton Onamura caught against Ascension Parish yesterday, but my sense is they want him available as a pitcher today, and there are limits on how much you can pitch when you've caught in the same game. And so Onamura's at first, Kamana Obulasan is behind the plate. Down on strikes. It's not going to matter if Takahashi keeps fanning him like that. It's been the tournament of strikeout pitchers so far. So here's Tristan Spencer, one of the tone setters for this Michigan team. Hollabaugh, the runner at third, is the unquestioned life of the team, but you get the sense Spencer is another one of the pillars, a group that's been together since the leagues merged 4 years ago. I love that. Best answer ever. Favorite food, anything my mom cooks. He was ready for the breaking ball, but still swung on top of it. Now, some of the coaches called him a goofball. His dad, who was also an assistant coach, put he's a quiet businessman. So which one do you think is more accurate? It might depend on who's in the room, right? Taking care of business is Titan Takahashi. He strikes out the side after the leadoff double. No score. Pearl City, Hawaii, Taylor North, Michigan, through 1. Scoreless as we head to the second inning in Livermore, California at the Intermediate World Series. A reminder, you can find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything. The official handle at Little League. Use the hashtag LLWS for whatever Little League World Series you're enjoying. Baseball, softball, 12-year-olds, 16-year-olds, whatever you have it. We're glad you're with us here on ESPN+. Pearl City, Hawaii and Taylor North, Michigan battling in the winner's bracket of the 50-70 World Series. And Luke Furatani, the Hawaiian shortstop, stands in. Hit by pitch and scored in the win over Louisiana last night. It's just missed. We told you Hawaii unbeaten, 13-0 on the All-Star season. They beat the two teams that beat them as 12-year-olds in the Hawaii State Tournament, beat both of them as 13s to advance. Furatani strokes that one for a base hit. Hollabaugh has trouble handling in center, but Furatani will retreat quickly. Hollabaugh, a pitcher's arm out there in center, got it back in. So after Richard LaRue seemed to have retired the side in order in the first, he's now spent more time pitching from the stretch. As Furatani put a tremendous swing on that. Will Hawaii play small ball here? Leadoff runner on in the second. If yesterday's any indication, putting pressure on the opposing defense is one of their top priorities. Noah Balderas, the right fielder, stands in. Taylor North also undefeated, 12-0. They have not trailed often this postseason, let's put it that way. Well, ball and a strike on Balderas. Told you Hawaii exercised some demons getting here. Michigan did as well. Taylor North was third in the state as 11-year-olds. They lost the state final last year. When they won the 13-year-old state title this year, they said that was our Mount Everest. I said, y'all, you won the game 19-0. What was Mount Everest about it? But that's how dominant they were in the Michigan State tournament. They beat Grand Rapids Western in that final. Went to the Central Regional and had two close games. We told you went to extra innings against Sioux City Westside and beat the host Johnston, Iowa 5-2. Blew out HYR, who was here last year, and blew out the surprising team from Fargo, North Dakota that made a run to the regional final. That tipped the bat of Balderas trying to bunt a pitch that was upstairs, and he's down 1-2. Fouls that one back as LaRue crosses the 35 pitch mark. Taylor North has pretty good pitching depth, but it's an interesting spot for the teams that are playing their first game today. If you lose, you play tomorrow. If you win, you play Wednesday. So how do you prepare for both those scenarios at the same time? While, of course, fully expecting to win this one. With the breaking ball, LaRue gets his third strikeout, and an important one after the leadoff man Furatani reached.
Number 5, Noah Propios.
Not the sharpest breaking ball he's got, but it was enough to get Furatani off balance. I beg your pardon, Balderas off balance. Furatani, of course, still over at first. And this is the hero from last night. Noah Propios took the ball. We told you their pitching depth was depleted. Gave him a complete game. That went up and in. Rodriguez throw down. Nobody was covering. And Krakow says, my bad. It was a pretty good throw by Rodriguez. And it goes to waste.
Let's go, Noah.
Cruz Rodriguez was with the Taylor North 12-year-old All-Star team, but when they were eliminated in districts, added him for the region tournament. And he had played with this group last year, so it was an easy situation to step into.
Read ball, I lose.
And LaRue actually was the main catcher when Rodriguez was playing in his normal age group with the 12s, but now that he's back up, LaRue can play more center, he can pitch a little more, play third. Gets the strike here to Propios. Second day of the tournament, Pearl City, Hawaii is 1-0. Taylor North, Michigan playing its first game. Every hitter has seen at least 4 pitches for Hawaii. This is the number 8 batter. It's an underrated part of their game. We saw New Jersey swinging at everything today. Stopped, oh, booted at shortstop. Coming around to score is Furatani, as Doty reaching for it on his backhand, couldn't come up with it cleanly. It was always going to be a hit for Propios, but the bobble allows Furatani to come home and score. And Noah Propios never looks thrilled, but he is producing for Pearl City, Hawaii so far in this tournament. This is in the hole. I don't know if he's going to throw him out. Doty certainly was thinking about it and wound up not coming up with it cleanly. And again, they're going to run until they start getting thrown out. And it's very clear in the first almost 2 days of this tournament, it's going to be very hard to win unless you are clean defensively. If you're not the better team in the game defensively, it's uphill. There's not a lot of mashers here who are going to hit the ball out of the ballpark and win games 12-9. Maybe we'll see that as the teams start to run out of pitching, but so far it's been a lot of strikeouts. Ball and 2 strikes to Todoroki. He bunted 2 of his 3 times up yesterday and reached both times. Bunted at that one, couldn't come up with it, and it's the 4th strikeout for LaRue. So with continuous batting order, there's 13, beg your pardon, there's 12 in the Hawaii order. There's 11 in the Michigan order. So we're at spot 10 out of 12 for Pearl City. It's Lennon Fujimori with 2 down.
Take that. Let's go, Len.
It sounded like it caught something before it found the mid of Rodriguez, but no comment, so it's 1-0. Not much seems to bother Richard LaRue. He's happy to deliver while looking at the runner at second. Finding the strike zone of Fujimori. In there with the breaking ball, 1-2. The high fastball was the swing and miss pitch against Fargo in the Central Region Final. Will he go to it here? He does. Down on strikes. 5 strikeouts through 2 frames for Richard LaRue. But Pearl City, Hawaii gets on the board first. Taylor North trying to answer when we come back. Pearl City, Hawaii out to the lead as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. From the Intermediate World Series in Livermore, California, the 9th edition of the tournament. 4 won by American teams, 4 won by international teams.
Leading off the bottom of the 2nd inning for Central.
The American champions, Nogales, Arizona in 2014, Central East Maui, Hawaii in 2016, McCalla, Alabama in 2019, and Danville, California last year, the hosts. With just a tremendous team that went 4-0 last year. For Michigan in the 2nd, Cruz Rodriguez leads it off. We told you, played with this team last year, this group last year as an 11-year-old, and rejoined them after the 12s were knocked out of district tournament contention. He's not the only one in the tournament to do that. Declan Sloan of Toms River East, New Jersey did likewise, and the count quickly 3-0 to Cruz Rodriguez, the number 5 hitter. And one of the reasons they were eager to add him is that Taylor North has 2 players from this age group who are playing up with the under 14s, who won the Michigan District 5 title and will play in the Junior League World Series that they host. And that includes a player from the Little League World Series champs in 2021. So Taylor is an all-star factory right now. Oh, Cruz Rodriguez caught leaning and he's out. Head in the dirt. Hawaii has been alert to pick off plays and they catch another one. Oh my.
Good job helping yourself out. Let's go. Work right here. Build off of that.
Talked about this the whole time, guys, about kickoffs. We get on base, we can't just play.
That slap to the left side, coming across Omine, bare hands, throws in time, what an arm. Taylor wants the challenge. Onamura hurt himself doing the splits, but Riley Omine's bare hand is still the talking point of that play. He let that go.
Justin, what was that?
Lucas Brewer going to hold first as Michigan going to use one of its challenges here. Managers do not have a great hit rate on challenges so far in this tournament. You get 2 unsuccessful ones. And it was the first base coach, Ryan Doty, Lucas's father, who called for this right away. I thought he was out in real time. It was fantastic play by Omine. Oh, they think the foot came off the base, and you can see from the stretch that the foot was sideways on the dirt. Are you going to be able to tell that it came off the base, however? This is the angle that might show you that. Could be, and obviously Ryan Doty has a better view than any of our cameras to tell you whether that was off the base or not. And so I don't know if they're going to have enough to overturn this, given that the call in the field was out.
Come on, hey, let's go.
Right, the stretch definitely puts the ankle down on the ground. Did the cleats come off the base? Hard to say. You could hear the Hawaii dugout actually telling Riley Omine, hey, you got a late jump on that ball. You need to be sharp. But the call has been, I think they actually confirmed it, which I don't really know that I saw enough to confirm it either, but whatever, it stands. He's out, and there are 2 down. This went from leadoff walk, promising situation, to pick off, ground out. And not much going on for Taylor North. LaRue, the pitcher, drives that to right. Balderas has it lined up, and the inning is over. It's a very unorthodox 1-2-3 inning for Titan Takahashi, and Pearl City will try to add to its 1-0 lead in the 3rd. We head to the 3rd inning. Game 4 of the day, game 8 of the tournament. Pearl City, Hawaii leading Taylor North, Michigan 1-0. Logan Callione, the number 11 hitter in the 12-player Pearl City lineup, leads off the 3rd. Richard LaRue, the Taylor, Michigan starter, at the 50 pitch mark with ball 1 there. A strike call, even though Rodriguez, the catcher, wasn't really looking for it. Ball pitch, Spencer will pitch, Doty will pitch, Cruz Rodriguez can pitch. It is a deep staff, they believe, for Michigan. Most people think their staff is deep coming into a World Series, and it can get exposed real quick, but LaRue has looked the part so far. Right back to him, Richard LaRue easily tosses to Tristan Spencer for the first out here in the 3rd. second appearance at this tournament for Little Leagues from Taylor, Michigan. Back in 2014, it was a combined team. They lost to Maryland and West Virginia, went home in pretty short order. Now the leagues, 3 of the 4 leagues in town have actually merged into one official league, as Cade Funai is out in front of a breaking ball, and they return. Central has been one of the regions that hasn't made a huge impact. 7-16 record here over the years. Hawaiian teams 13-6 at the Intermediate World Series, including Central East Maui's 2016 world title. Off the handle of the bat, the second baseman Krakow has to hurry, but does get it there. And the bottom 2 in the order taken care of in fairly short order by LaRue. And that's really important. These pitchers need to stay efficient whenever possible. And you can see Krakow had to get the transfer made pretty quickly to get Funai coming down the line. The top of the Pearl City order, and that's ripped by Schwager. Last year had great catchers on just about every team. This year we have center fielders galore. And Schwager and Hollabaugh, center fielders leading off this game, can both swing it. Oh, called a strike at the WEST letters across the chest. Maybe even above that. Will he elevate even further? Let it get away from him. It is non-stop for a Little League catcher. Saw the call for the breaking ball. You saw Schwager roll it over. Every team has its own system for signaling in pitches. With Michigan, it's a 3-digit code matching up with an armband that Rodriguez has, and then he signals to the pitcher. Or he may have just memorized it, because I don't actually see him looking at a wristband. In regionals, you could hear every single call, every single number. We're going back to the slider here. Schwager got into that one. Deep to right center, up against the wall. Schwager can absolutely fly. He's headed for third. And they're going to send him all the way. Schwager heads for the plate. He is out at the plate. Rodriguez with the tag. Schwager hesitated coming around the bag, and that cost him an inside the park home run. Thrills, spills, adventure, and excitement, but Boston Schwager is cut down at the plate, and the Hawaii lead stands at 1. Oh, Boston Schwager almost had a moment to savor, rounding the bases with his wheels after driving one to the fence. It goes as a triple, and he was cut down at the plate before returning to center field. There's a lot of what could have been for both teams. Taylor North Michigan stranded Brody Hollabaugh at third in the bottom of the first. Schwager thrown out at the plate for Hawaii in the top of the third. And to open the Taylor North third, we get our first look at the Boz. Christian Bosley takes a strike.
Justin!
Say he is the smartest baseball player on the team, and our big teddy bear was the way he's most often described. He actually stole a base in regionals, straight steal. And I think that really got the dugout going. That bat does look small in his hands. They're not kidding. Took a big cut. Didn't connect with that one. 1-2. His parents are Christopher and Kristen, spelled with C-H-R. And so they named their son Christian, of course. So we have Chris, Chris, and Chris. This is 8, 9, and 10 in the Michigan order. They only have 11, so they get to turn it around to the top one batter sooner. That is called strike 3. It is punch out number 4 for Titan Takahashi. Again, the corners are extended in this tournament. Anything near the outside or inside corner is probably going to be called, and hitters have had to adjust. Alex Miller, the third baseman, stands in. That's a strike. You can kind of see the look down to the third base coach, like, really? They're calling that? And the second time through the order, everybody adjusts. They're a little more aggressive in what they've now discovered is the zone. The contrast in pitch efficiency, by the way, is stark. Takahashi has now thrown 31 pitches. He's still got a couple outs left to get in the third, of course. But his opposite number, LaRue, has thrown 61. Some of that is that Takahashi had the pickoff and has just been cleaner, but a lot of it is longer at bats by the Hawaiian hitters. Ball and 2 strikes on Miller. Called strike 3 with the hook. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for Titan Takahashi. And this was a knee buckler. So Draven Vance, the number 10 hitter in the order, the right fielder. He's being credited with one of the assists on the relay that caught Schwager at the plate to end the Hawaii third. This was kind of my concern for Michigan. Sure, the top of the order can hit. What will they get out of the bottom of the order? To be fair, Takahashi struck out 2, 3, and 4 as well, so he's had it going on. Can't keep his hat on his head, but they haven't been able to touch him yet. Hawaii will have the heart of the order up in the 4th, by the way.
Good job, Drake.
You're right. Hey, deep breath. Let's go. Good job. Deep breath. Right here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Titan Takahashi strikes out the side for the second time in 3 innings. We head to the 4th. Pearl City, Hawaii leading Taylor North, Michigan 1-0. Pearl City sending the heart of its order up against the Michigan starter Richard LaRue.
For the West, number 13, Titan Takahashi.
The Pearl City pitcher Titan Takahashi has struck out 6 of the 10 hitters to face him. To the left side, Doty in the hole. Too much with the throw. Spencer able to haul it in, but off the base. And Takahashi is aboard. Last time Hawaii had a leadoff runner on, it was for Atani in the second, and he came around to score.
Now batting for the West, number 7, Hanamura.
Hawaii's had some success in this 5-6 hole today. Doty made this play, but too much on the throw, and Takahashi was almost to the base anyway. See just how far Spencer had to go to get that. Wow, big cut from Kelton Onomura. He was thinking long ball. Fouled it off. They will charge Doty with throwing error.
Hey, you got time, you got time?
Can I get one?
Hawaii stole 2 bases in the second and 1 in the first as well.
Go, kid. Good eye. Good eye.
That's kind of a basic prereq for scouting and preparing for an opponent and then learning about them in game is what can you do against which catcher, and then which pitchers are slow to the plate. First year, of course, players are allowed to steal. That's called a strike. Onomura was bailing out, and he busts a giggle at the plate about it.
You got time.
I told you it was going to be a wide strike zone.
Back.
Two balls and 2 strikes on Onomura. Riley Omine waits on deck. Just missed the outside corner with a breaking ball.
Let's go, Kelton. Let's go, drive it.
Takahashi went before the delivery even came, and too late. You could hear a call for LaRue to step off. It's 2 on, nobody out. He was ahead of Onomura, and he came back to work a walk. Now it's the cleanup hitter Omine. Hawaii would typically bunt here, I sense, from having watched them for all of 10 innings. No, I watched a little more in regionals, but I don't think you're going to bunt Omine. Chance for Pearl City to break this thing open.
Nice cut, Riley.
Riley Omine, a native Hawaiian. Kanaka Meoli. I don't know all the native Hawaiian people, but he's proud to rep them at this tournament. Breaking ball in the dirt. Takahashi went a third of the way down the line before deciding to retreat. Crack out a second for 1. Doty's relay is late, but they do get 1 out. Runners at the corners. And important for Michigan to retire Omine.
Hurt my shoe, bud.
Number 8, Dustin Kamanao.
Krakow was holding the runner, and the ball wound up hit right to him, but it was a long distance to do the backhand flip. And Omine, those long legs, great speed down the line. We'll see if Hawaii tries to force in a run here or get the runner to second. With Kamana'o Bulasan at the plate. An RBI hit yesterday. Runner does go this time. Rodriguez will just give the full arm fake and concede second base to Omine. From the windup, in the air, should get a run in, maybe more. It drops in center. Hollabaugh going to throw all the way to the plate to try and get the runner, not in time. And Kamana'o Bulasan makes it 2-0 Pearl City. That would have been some throw. Forced the runner at third. Takahashi had to wait to see if this one would be caught. And that gave Hollabaugh a chance. But Takahashi diving in to make it 2-0. Now Omine never advanced, so it's runners at first and second with one out. Bunted third base side. Miller comes across, slings it to first in time. And there are two away. Good bunt by Furitani, though. Again, not really a sacrifice. Was trying to drop that one down and put it in a good spot. Miller playing even with the bag. Actually went toward third at first, then came and got it, and his throw was true. So 2 outs and Balderas the batter. Really critical here. A single could make it 4-0. Whereas 2-0 feels like a manageable margin, I would imagine, for the potent bats of Taylor North, Michigan. Krakow, the second baseman, stays down on it, and LaRue avoids further trouble. But the leadoff error comes around to score. And halfway through this one, Pearl City, Hawaii is looking good, up 2-0, as they try to get to 2-0 in the tournament. What do you like, a pitcher who comes out to the mound all covered in dirt from a head-first slide into home? Then Titan Takahashi is the pitcher for you. The Pearl City, Hawaii starter scored to make it 2-0. He has struck out 6, and he records the first out. Oh, no, throw pulled him off the bag, and Chase Amodio reaches for Taylor North. A rare defensive miscue from Pearl City, Hawaii. And that is right before the top
Get the bat. Come on.
of the Michigan order comes up. The throw pulling Onamura off the base. And again, it's the top of the order coming up now. Taylor North has had the leadoff runner on 2 other times. Hollabaugh doubled to lead off the game. He was stranded at third. Rodriguez walked to open the second. He was picked off almost immediately. In stark contrast, Amodio down to second on the wild pitch. And Taylor North has the right guy at the plate in Brody Hollabaugh. Wow, that's been a strike most of the day. And so Hollabaugh has a 2-0 count here.
Yeah.
Now ahead 3-0. Griffin Krakow waits on deck. Well, you give him the green light here? No, I don't think so. That was a take all the way, and it's well outside. Second walk issued by Takahashi. Now, well, they bunt Griffin Krakow here. You don't want to, on the one hand, give up one of your top 4 hitters when you have an 11-player lineup. These at-bats are precious. On the other hand, that would set up Doty, Spencer, Cruz Rodriguez with runners in scoring position. He didn't give it away if he was bunting. As you saw the pitcher spinning, hoping the batter would telegraph his intentions. Yeah, he's swinging away. You start to get a feel for the teams, and you have the feeling Hawaii would be bunting here, Korea would be bunting here, Canada would be bunting here. I don't know that that's how Michigan operates. And Tai Takahashi, the Pearl City manager, out to talk to Titan, one of 5 kids. Zechariah, the oldest. Great baseball success, and it will play at the NAIA level next year with Arizona Christian. And Titan, Tyler, who's a sister, Ty Jr., and Zane, the Takahashi family. Been involved with Pearl City Little League for years. Titan is the one on the mound here. 2 runners on, no outs in the 4th. And they'll try to set up a pickoff play at first. Pearl City and West Seoul, Hawaii and Korea, have more pickoff plays than I think some football teams have in their playbook. Looked like Takahashi took something off that. A ball and a strike now to Krakow. Fouled it straight back. Takahashi in the first inning struck out Krakow, Doty, and Spencer in order. That one stayed up. Hit slowly, almost as good as a bunt to first base. Race for the bag, out at first. Play made by Onamura over there. It was a close call. And it works like a bunt, advancing both runners. Really was in a good spot for Krakow. And Onamura slowed down, right? He kind of broke down and was confident he was going to touch the pace ahead of Krakow. And I think he added a few gray hairs in Pearl City fans. Doty swinging right through that, 0-2. It's a really slow windup. Right, if you had Hollabaugh in third, he would be thinking about stealing home, but he's at second. Amodio, the runner in front of him, is at third. Right, that's a full windup. To straightaway center, it drops. Hollabaugh will be held at third, but Michigan is on the board and still threatening here in the 4th. Lucas Doty, the RBI base hit. Tristan Spencer, the batter. It's your cleanup hitter, but you wonder if Michigan would do a little first and third action here. They've got one run back, prime opportunity to tie the game, or if they play for a big inning, to take the lead. Spencer struck out swinging back in the first. He gets a little looper, caught at second in an easy double play. Mistake on the base pass as Doty is caught, and Michigan, with the tying run 70 feet away, only gets one run from the top of its order. Pearl City, Hawaii, holding on to a one-run. 2-1 Pearl City, Hawaii as we head to the fifth. We go back to Lucas Doty, the runner at first base last inning. I said mental mistake. I didn't know that the runner was breaking on the pitch, so that's not a mental mistake at all. It looked like a straight steal from here, and it winds up as bad luck for Doty and Michigan because Spencer popped up. There were some looks exchanged, kind of to the effect of, were we all on the same page there? So that we don't know, but it wasn't a mental mistake in terms of being caught off base. It was just a straight steal gone awry. Propios, kind of defensive swing on a ball that would have hit him, and Miller throws him out at first. Watch the facial reaction from the hitter, Propios. This is kind of how he's looked most of the weekend, like, oh, really? And that's despite the fact that he pitched a fantastic game and had a hit yesterday, but that one you could understand the frustration. Why did I swing at that, and why did the ball go right there? First pitch swinging again. Hawaii has been patient all game, and these guys switch it up and say we're going to swing first pitch everything. It's Curran Todoroki. See if he bunts the next one.
Go, kid.
Big Sylvester Stallone fan. He was swinging away, and the pitch was close enough to the outside corner to garner the strike call. Pearl City, Hawaii in front, 2-1. Runs at a premium in at least the U.S. bracket of this tournament. Sky to right, long run, and Draven Vance backpedaling, able to make the grab for the second out. I think playing a shallow outfield is wise, but if they get it over your head, it's trouble, and Vance able to retreat and make that play. See the pitch count, 83 for Richard LaRue. He can go up to 95. And once he hits 95, he can't start a new batter. First pitch swing and a miss with the breaking ball. So you can see Michigan correctly identified that this inning, the Hawaiian hitters said this time through the lineup, we're swinging first pitch fastball. After we took the first time, Michigan made its own adjustment through a breaking ball, but Fujimori crushed that. Hollaball runs it down in left center, and it is a 6-pitch inning for Richard LaRue. Hawaii seemed to have the momentum. Can Michigan get it back? They're chasing the game as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Hawaii 2, Michigan 1 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Now, if you want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball, you can go to playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. Two venerable institutions of Little League All-Star play. Pearl City Little League from Hawaii, just north of Pearl Harbor, and Taylor North Little League from Taylor, Michigan, southwest of Detroit. Squaring off in Livermore, California. Cruz Rodriguez hits that to short. Furatani with the throw across, gets away. Rodriguez broke for second. He has to dive back, and he's out again. Cruz Rodriguez was picked off once. Now he's caught trying to take a turn and head for second. It's a hard luck day so far for Cruz Rodriguez. If you turn to the right, you just can go as far as you want and nobody can tag you. But if you turn to your left towards second base, you can be tagged out. And when Rodriguez tripped, he had no chance.
Batting for the Central, number 17, Lucas Brewer.
And you feel for him in a way because it might be a lesson he learns if he's already played a game here, right? But it's game number 1 for Michigan. Because the fence here just doesn't really give you enough room to take that extra base if a throw gets away. Ball and a strike now to Lucas Brewer. And you can see that's the narrowest part between the fence and the fair territory line, also known as the foul line. That's called a strike, 1 and 2. There always is an adjustment here. The catchers have to deal with a big adjustment of the backstop and how the ball caroms off of it. It seems like I can't say it's luck at this point because it seems like a trademark of this Pearl City team and of Hawaiian Little Leagues in general. They're fundamental enough that their opponent makes more mistakes than they do. And we've seen 2 outs now given away on the bases by Taylor North, Michigan. The big hook, strikeout number 7 for Titan Takahashi. And again, Hawaii has 2 pitchers unavailable yesterday, unavailable today, and yet they have the pitching depth to deal with it. Propios, complete game yesterday, and Takahashi pitching efficiently today. Just over the 60 pitch mark here in the 5th. Again, sooner or later, it's not an accident, it's by design. And it's the ability to execute that breaking ball time and again. Almost hit LaRue as that breaking ball got away. Again, Michigan would love LaRue to get on, even if they don't score this inning, just to keep the batting order moving. You got 11 in the order, you want to get back to the top. Down on strikes with the breaking ball. Lose your hat, doesn't matter. 8 strikeouts for Takahashi, and Hawaii is 2 innings away from a 2-0 record. Pearl City, Hawaii clinging to a 2-1 lead, hoping to extend it here in the 6th. They'll send 11, 12, and 1 in their continuous batting order to the plate. Against Richard LaRue, you see the pitch count, 85 pitches. 95 is the point at which he cannot start a new hitter. Logan Callejon hits that in the air, long run, and it's going to drop. Told you shallow outfield is a good idea, and that one fell in. Second time Pearl City's dropped one into shallow right center. And now the wheels start turning. It's a good job by Callejon going the other way with that. And right away, LaRue back into action. I was expecting a bunt from Funai here. He's down in the count 0-1. There's the bunt. He got it up in the air, and it's out of the reach of Spencer. But the count 0-2. Snap throw to first. Hawaii hasn't looked too terribly troubled by any of these attempts. Winner of this game gets Florida, the Keystone Little League from Tampa, which is 2-0 in somewhat against the odds fashion. Hit slowly on the ground to the left side. Miller has one play, it's to first, just in time. Great effort by Funai down the line. And it works just as well as a sacrifice bunt in the end, advancing Callione to second for the top of the order. Miller is very comfortable taking that crow hop over there. And just barely had enough to get Funai. So Hawaii is asking for a challenge at first base. In real time, it did look like the throw was there in time, but we're in the 6th by now. You get 2 unsuccessful challenges, so probably no reason for Pearl City not to challenge this. And we look at it. Looks like John Budnick, the first base umpire, had it right. These replay reviews go to Williamsport, and they see the same camera shots you're seeing. Funai flying through the base, making his own case to be safe. I think pretty clearly you see the ball in the glove and the foot not yet on the base. That's what I call a confirmed out decision. We've had a lot of calls where we come back and say, oh, the call's confirmed. And I'm like, I think you mean it stands, because they're not the same. Well, they do yield the same result, I guess.
It's okay to say by 2 steps.
So we'll get the confirmation here from Brian Diamond. And the out call will stand at first base, or be confirmed. Let's be clear on this. So 1 out. The leadoff hitter Schwager at the plate. LaRue is not yet at his pitch max. He's close. He looks frustrated about something. And they are going to make the move now. They'll go lefty on lefty with Tristan Spencer coming in. LaRue did a heck of a job. 5 1/3 innings. 2 runs, both of which were unearned, and he's in tears, being consoled by Tristan Spencer's father, Travis. He pitched a great game, and you feel for him. Both runs against him unearned, 5 strikeouts for the righty Richard LaRue, and has certainly given his team a chance to win this. Good mix of fastball and slider, keeping the Hawaii hitters off balance. Yeah, you got to take off the arm sleeve when you pitch, Tristan. So here's Tristan Spencer. He's used to working in relief for this team. They don't call him a closer. They don't usually play close games, to be quite honest. But he went 6 innings in the regionals against Johnston, Iowa in a start. A big game for him. Decent velocity with the fastball up in the 70s and downward breaking curve, what you can expect from Spencer. Hawaii goes lefty, righty, lefty here. And so it's pretty clear Taylor North is happy with a lefty facing Schwager. And it also means that Schwager doesn't get to see LaRue a third time. Remember, Schwager hit that triple to the right center field gap in the third, but was thrown out trying to come home. First pitch gets away though, and over to third base with no throw is Callione. I'd also be willing to bet Hawaii has the fewest wild pitches in the tournament. And it always seems like it's Pearl City runners moving up and never the other way around. There's just incredible, you're not just basing it off of reputation, but they're fulfilling the expectation of clean, fundamental, no mistakes or few mistakes baseball. 2 balls and a strike now in Schwager. Michigan's keeping the infield back. They will give up a run here to get the out and avoid a big inning, they hope. Lace to the second baseman off the glove. The runner's going to come home, and they don't get the out at first. The worst of both worlds for Michigan and the best of both for Hawaii. As Boston Schwager with another frozen rope to bring in a run. He was 0 for 3 to start the tournament. Now he's crushing the ball. Hit it right to Krakow. And it's a play at the All-Star level, at the World Series level. As a pitcher, you want that play made, even though the ball is scorched. Spencer, dynamite pickoff move, by the way. This could be entertaining. They will charge Krakow with an error. And again, probably the right decision, despite how hard Schwager hit it. So now they have to pitch to Takahashi. You figured if they had gotten Schwager, they could have walked Takahashi and gone lefty on lefty with Onomura as well. Takahashi reached on an error and scored in the fourth. He's pitching a tremendous game. He did not hold up on the breaking ball with the runner down to second. And what did that hit? Did that hit the foot of Takahashi? Because if it does, it's a dead ball and the runner has to go back, but nobody's appealing for that. There's the swing. Nope, it's off the glove. All right, so that's pretty clear. And they just confirmed that he swung, which should have been apparent. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Again with the breaking ball, fouled off. Takahashi frustrated with himself. Under the glove at first. Coming home to score, it's 4-1 Pearl City, Hawaii. They've finally got some breathing room, been nursing the lead for a couple of innings. And Takahashi with a shot. They've got through Brewer at first. To right center field. Up against the wall. Hollabaugh fires into second base. It's a clean double for Onomura. Takahashi stops at third, and Pearl City is breaking it open. Everybody getting in on it. Onomura took his time to look at that one too. I don't know if he thought it was going out or not. But Pearl City has broken it open here with the help of the Taylor defense. Hawaii 6 outs away from moving on to play Keystone Little League from Tampa, Florida on Wednesday night. The winner of that one would head to the U.S. Championship game. Riley Omine trying to complete the tour de force of the top of this order. You can hear the momentum coming from the Pearl City faithful. That one gets away. Coming to the plate and out at the plate. Rodriguez recovered to feed Tristan Spencer and cut down Takahashi. Never a dull moment here. It gets away, but again, comes off the backside. Actually, Rodriguez, fantastic play to get back to that and chuck it on target to the pitcher Spencer. Wow. We saw the other catcher in this tournament named Cruz from Ascension Parish, Louisiana, pick up a ball and kind of fling it with barely a look and getting it near the target. Rodriguez was right on target to Spencer to get that out, and he didn't have much time to lose. Play made at third by Miller, in time to first, and no more runs come across. But the damage done too for Hawaii to stretch it out to a 4-1 Pearl City lead. They are 6 outs away from sitting pretty at 2-0 in the U.S. bracket. Pearl City, Hawaii. Just how you draw it up. You come from the West Regional, 2 pitchers unavailable. You get a complete game yesterday from Noah Propios, and you're able to save Titan Takahashi for this game against Taylor, Michigan. 5 innings in the books for him, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he is efficient in his pitch count. He has enough here where he can go the distance and give him back-to-back complete games and set up Omine and Schwager to pitch Wednesday against Florida. The job not done yet, though. 8, 9, and 10 in the Taylor, Michigan order to face Takahashi in the 6th. Christian Bosley fouls off the first pitch he sees. Takahashi struck out these 3 hitters on 15 pitches back in the 3rd. So we'll see what kind of adjustments they can make their 2nd time facing it. Big Walker Buehler fan, so it's a rough year for him, waiting to get news from the rehab process. Strikeout number 9 for Takahashi. And 3 in a row, they seem to come in bunches.
With 1 out, batting for Central, number 3, Alex Miller.
Alex Miller, the hitter. A big 2-run homer in the Central Regional against Johnston, Iowa. But like most of the Taylor hitters, he has been flummoxed by Takahashi tonight. down on strikes with heat. 10 punch outs for the Pearl City righty. Just climb the ladder and see what kind of a swing and a miss you can get. Heck, that may have been a called strike by the end anyway. Same spot, same result. We've been debating whether the pitching is better this year or the hitting is not stacking up as well. I think you got to give so much credit to the pitchers, to Takahashi in this instance, but a lot of them delivering with real consistency. Some have mixed pitches, some have just relied on the fastballs. Takahashi, one who's missed, and he's got Draven Vance in a 2-strike hole. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th. Takahashi fought off by Draven Vance. Never seen a pitcher start from his windup from essentially a stretch position, but that's Takahashi. Wow, with the breaking ball, strikes out the side again. 11 Ks for Takahashi. He's got it going on, and Pearl City, Hawaii is looking good. They'll take a 4-1 lead to the 7th after yet another 3 strikeouts in a row. 3rd time Takahashi's done it tonight. The folks from Pearl City sending a big hi back to their fans in the HI state of Hawaii. They lead it 4-1 as we head to the 7th. Might not even need the lights tonight, although they're certainly on for the remainder of this one. Five, 6, and 7 in the Pearl City order to face Tristan Spencer. It's Miller time. Alex Miller at 3rd made the play just in time for the 1st out in the 7th. He's had a number of close plays at first. He always seems to get it there just in time. He's got an extra crow hop in there that slows it down just a bit. Luke Furatani, the shortstop, takes a strike. 4-1, Hawaii leads. Pearl City scored, get this, 12 runs in the tournament, right? 8 last night, 4 tonight. Only 3 of them have been earned. They put pressure on the defense, and Ascension Parish last night and Taylor tonight have cracked. Out in front of the changeup. First strikeout for Tristan Spencer, and there are 2 gone. I gotta say, his dad's description of quiet businessman seems correct on the field. Goofball may be back at the hotel. Noah Balderas, the hitter. So he's allowed to start this hitter and still pitch tomorrow, Spencer. If he pitches to any more batters, at least I had that as the 20th pitch. And I do see our count at 21, so we'll have to check the official total. I thought they would save him to be available tomorrow. Second baseman Krakow sees it come off his heel and into right field. Balderas is caught off of first. Hollabaugh throws him out. base running blunder the other way. And Tristan Spencer will be available to pitch tomorrow as unorthodox Michigan gets out of the top of the seventh. They'll try to pull off a Keystone-sized rally in the bottom of the seventh when we come back. Sun setting in Livermore, California. And center stage is Titan Takahashi of Pearl City, Hawaii, trying to throw a second straight complete game for this team. He didn't throw it yesterday. Noah Propios threw it yesterday. And he'll face 11, 1, and 2 in the Taylor, Michigan order. He has struck out 11, walked 2. And for an individual pitcher, 11 ties the high done in this edition of the tournament. And that caught Amodio. The question is, did it hit his hand or his bat? And that may be the subject of some discussion. Or he may just get first. It's a way to break a finger, so he's a lucky guy. Now this is the top of the Michigan order, right? This is the same situation from which they scored in the fourth. Amodio reached, and then Hollabaugh, and Doty drove in Amodio with a run, and then they wasted the further chance. So Taylor's going to pull off a comeback. They have the right part of the order up. Hollabaugh has doubled and walked each time he's been stranded at third. Fouls that one off. Now, Little League would like to extend a special thank you to official sponsors like Capital One and Dick's Sporting Goods. These companies provide year-round support to Little League, helping to create opportunities and experiences for families and communities. Little League would also like to thank its dedicated volunteers who make the program a special experience for millions of children around the world. Titan Takahashi wanted that call. Brody Hollabaugh very confident to take that pitch. A ball and 2 strikes now. Another throw to first, nothing doing over there. Breaking ball to first. Tough play, though, with the speedy Hollabaugh. They call him out at first. Great dive by Onamura, and Hollabaugh looks like he's just going to accept that one. No argument from Michigan, so credit Onamura. We've seen him do that time and again by the slimmest of margins. Get to first. I thought with Hollabaugh's speed he was a lock to win the race, but Onamura with the head first dive got the glove on the bag.
Might as well. Might as well.
And you hear the resignation in the voice, might as well challenge. Not a lot of confidence, or else he would be standing on first base, I can tell you that. But he's tagging his pitcher's foot first, and he had to get Takahashi out of the way to touch the base.
Hey, I watched you guys, all 3 of the regionals. I respect you guys. You guys are good ball.
You get 2 unsuccessful challenges.
So
if you're
some of the other teams, like you
deemed
guys,
correct, you get to keep challenging.
But you guys had to be a family member to watch your stream. So, but there was a like the other when you guys played
And so they will look at this in Williamsport. But again, I got to think if Brody Hollabaugh thought he would be safe, not that he would be arguing, because that's not what you do with a Little League umpire, but that he would have stayed on first base until the decision was delivered. That's the issue, is did Onomura tag his own player and not get to the base? But it's pretty clear that he tagged his own pitcher and tagged the base, and that is enough to record the out. So really good play by Onomura. And again, this is why Hawaii is about to go 2-0 in the tournament. They have made mistakes today, base running, fielding, but they make fewer than their opponents. And that was really good execution. Visit for Takahashi here. 95 is his pitch cap, so that's not the issue. Griffin Krakow, the batter. 0 for 2 today. That one gets away from the catcher. Amodio late does get to third. Looks like a cross-up on the signs, because that one moved in a way that Kamana Obula-san was not expecting. Either that or he lost it in the lights. Takahashi right back in the zone. 1-1 count. Two balls and 2 strikes. Takahashi trying to complete one heck of a performance. Swing and a miss. He can run to first, though. Coming on, Obula-san throws down, throws it away. The run's going to score. The runner's going to stay at first, and Michigan is still in it with 1 out here in the 7th.
Justin, let's go, boy. Come on. Taking your game up.
Guys, if you put it in play, they make
12th strikeout for Takahashi, but no out recorded. Krakow at first, the tying run to the plate in the form of Lucas Doty, as Takahashi nears but has not yet reached his pitch limit.
Justin! Justin! Justin!
First pitch, strike at the knees to Doty, who singled to drive in the first Michigan run in the 4th. Takahashi is dealing. You see, they don't want to throw the curveball now because of what happened on the strikeout of Krakow. But they stay with the fastball, and Doty fouled it back. It's a fastball. They know it's coming, and they still can't catch up to it. Lucky number 13 for Takahashi. They're going to check on the pitch count whether it's 95 or 96 here. I believe the official total is 95. We've got him with 94. So 94 is the number, so he can pitch to this hitter and wrap it up. Tristan Spencer is the batter. A cleanup hitter from Taylor, North Michigan. He is the tying run. We've not seen a lot of balls leave the yard in this tournament. Breaking ball in the dirt and gets away, so crack out a second. Hawaii's going to be unconcerned with that runner. It's the hitter they need to deal with. Spencer with a big cut, fouls it off. All 4 Hawaii runs unearned in this game, but the 2 in the top of the 6th looming especially large. The difference right here, Pearl City 4, Taylor 2. Spencer able to lay off the high fastball, 3-1. Cruz Rodriguez waits on deck. They belatedly appeal. They were not going to get that one. Spencer took it. Had a chance to swing for the fences to tie the game. He took it. Count goes full. 100th pitch of the night. Tying run at the plate, bottom of the 7th. You dream about this. Spencer keeps us going. Ball 4 up high, and the tying run is on base for Taylor, Michigan. And they will come to their feet loud and long to celebrate Titan Takahashi. What an effort.
That was pitch number 101 for Titan Takahashi. Titan, an excellent job this evening.
Comes up 1 out short of a complete game. This is not over, clearly. Michigan trying to do what Florida has already done twice, come from behind to tie in the final at bat. And Takahashi really wanted to finish that. Fantastic outing. 13 strikeouts, 3 walks. And Noah Balderas will be the man to try and close it. Pitched very short outings, Tuesday against Klamath Falls, Oregon, and Thursday against Douglas, Arizona. An inning or less each time. But there is hope for Taylor, Michigan right now. 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the 7th. And Cruz Rodriguez, the batter. He's walked and been picked off. And he reached on an error and was tagged out after rounding first base and losing his footing. It's been a hard luck game for him. Valderas, wow. First pitch breaking ball. And it was called a strike. They're not lacking in chutzpah, Pearl City, Hawaii. Come out of the pen, first pitch breaking ball, and he did get ahead with it. Now it's an even count. Pickoff look at second. Very good breaking ball. 1 and 2, the big bender. Noah Valderas trying to finish it off. Rodriguez fights that one off over the dugout to stay alive. All breaking balls so far. Will he try to get a fastball in there? Calls come from the dugout. They want to back Riley Omine, the third baseman, up. Don't want to give up. They want to increase his range, not let the ball get through the infield. It's the breaking ball again. It's off the glove of the pitcher. It'll stay on the infield. Everybody's safe. The base is loaded with 2 outs here in the 7th. Couldn't ask for a better finish. Rodriguez stayed on this and hit it sharply. Don't know if it would have gone through, but once it hit the glove of the pitcher, it was always going to be a difficult play. They want to run for Rodriguez at first. He's the catcher, so you can run for him with 2 outs. And it's Lucas Doty who made the most recent out, who runs it first. Lucas Brewer, the hitter, he's grounded out and struck out, and he has to go lefty on lefty. He's got his hand up, not asking for time. Takes ball 1. Tying run at second base. It's Tristan Spencer. So his lead very important. Hawaii not holding him on. This pitch hit to the right side. It's bobbled. Close play again. Out at first base, and Hawaii pulls it off. Ball game to Pearl City by the hair on their chinny chin chin and the reach of a glove to first base. Pearl City, Hawaii is on to Wednesday night with a narrow, dramatic 4-2 win over Taylor, Michigan. What a finish and what a game. Brewer knew he was going to get breaking balls to first base, where Onamura, in a hurry to get to the bag, bobbled it, but as we've seen him do multiple times today, got to the base in the nick of time. And Hawaii able to hold on for the win. They award pendants to their opponents from Taylor, Michigan, and move on to Wednesday night against Florida. Taylor, Michigan has to play tomorrow at noon against Bollinger Canyon, the hosts from District 57. All right. What a finish. 4 games for you tomorrow, 9, 12, 3, and 6 Pacific time here on ESPN+. We hope you'll join us for those. For Drew Felios, my play-by-play compadre, for me, Jonathan Yardley, for our terrific crew in Livermore, thanks so much for joining us. This has been a presentation of ESPN, all games airing on the ESPN Network, stream live and are archived on the ESPN app. Pearl City, Hawaii 4, Taylor North, Michigan 2, the final from the Intermediate World Series. Good night. Hawaii is on to the 2-0 winners bracket game.